Hey everybody, here's a new one today. Today is going to be a lot more light and airy compared to yesterday's. It's not going to be fluffy, but it will be a little light and pretty short as well. Today we're going to talk about guilt. Ooh, guilt. All of these different things that come up when you think about guilt. Guilt trip, guilt, someone's trying to guilt you. You feel guilt. You feel guilty about this thing, that thing, whatever. Guilt. Guilt, guilt, guilt. Guilt. Guilt is not real. So let's just be perfectly clear about that from the beginning. Guilt is not real. Guilt is a feeling that you have done something wrong, and because you feel like you've done something wrong, you feel really bad about it, and then that bad feeling will in turn make you feel guilty. Okay? Guilt is a way of controlling you. So if you say you're a little kid and your parent asks you to put away a dish and you walk over and you drop it on the floor and then they yell because the dish shattered, you're going to feel really guilty. Because not only did you not do what they told you to do, but you messed up the way they told you to do what you were doing, and now you feel bad because they're obviously upset and you caused it. Okay? The problem is that when we grow up, we don't lose these feelings of guilt. We don't get rid of them. We don't do anything with those feelings other than continue to put those behaviors into the rest of our lives. So you might be 85, 90 years old and still playing out that same behavior that you had when you were a little child, and you learned what it was like to be guilty or feel guilty. Okay? And so what I'm telling you today is that guilt is not real. It's not real. I'm not saying that you're not going to feel guilty, especially because you know what that's like now. What I'm saying is that guilt itself is not a real thing. You can choose to feel guilty or you can choose to not feel guilty. And the easiest way to not feel guilty is that if you've really done something that's hurt someone else, or you've really done something that makes you feel really bad, apologize to that other person, apologize sincerely, and ask them what you can do to make it up to them. And ask them legitimately. Say, I want to help you. I'm sorry that I didn't do this thing. I'm sorry. I didn't do it right, or I didn't do it the way you wanted to. I'm sorry I didn't do something. What can I do to help you? What can I do? Now, they have the right to say, nothing, it's fine, don't worry about it. Or they have the right to take that in and to try and guilt trip you with it. But that's fine. There's no reason to care if someone's trying to guilt trip you. If somebody is trying to guilt trip you, they're trying to control you and they're trying to control your feelings. And what's this channel about? Freedom, right? So who cares what somebody else thinks? Who cares what they're thinking of you? What am I thinking about right now? A lot of you are probably thinking you're going to eat me. Why are you looking at me like that? I was thinking about a duck, just a duck walking around by a pond. Okay? But that's the whole point. You can never tell what somebody is thinking of you. And because you can't tell what someone is thinking of you, why make your life about what they might think of you? It defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose of you living the life that you want to live. You never know what somebody's thinking about you, and you never know what they feel about you. The only way to know is to ask them and rely on them to be honest. Hope that they're honest. If they are honest, then you know where you stand. And that's okay. And if you know where you stand, you can start taking steps in some direction. But if you're just floating around willy-nilly, you can't do anything other than beat yourself up and go nowhere. Guilt is designed to make you suffer. It's designed to make you feel lesser than. It's designed to make you feel like you need someone else's approval. Okay? When we're little kids, that's a good behavior to have, because it might keep you safe. It might keep you from hurting yourself or dying or something like that. But when you grow up, you don't need it anymore. When you know to turn off the iron so it doesn't scald you, and you know not to stick your finger in the light socket, and you know not to put your hand on the stove, you're done. You don't need guilt anymore. Okay? So consider that. Consider living a life without guilt. Anytime you start to feel that guilt bubbling up inside of you, and you're starting to feel that old guilty feeling, just say, you know what? I accept myself. I accept this feeling, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't have to be something for somebody. I can just be me and feel good about who I am. And the better I feel about myself, the more other people are going to want that feeling around them. They're going to want me around them. I'm helping them by feeling good about myself. You feel bad about yourself all the time, nobody's going to want to be around you. Sorry, but it's just not going to happen. Okay? So drop the guilt. Get off the guilt train. If you do something that you feel bad about, apologize and make it up to the person or persons. And if they won't accept your apology, say fine and thank them. That's it. That's it. Guilt is a prison we make for ourselves. Do not do it. Drop it. Drop it. It's just an act. Okay? It's just an act. So that's it for that one. I hope you're having a good day. I'll record another one a little bit later tonight because, like I said, I had the 2 that I was recording from yesterday. And there you go. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.